Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Dave Cutar again for today's word, and I would like to take you today to um, Psalm chapter 58, verse number 6 and succeeding verses. Um, Reading from the Word of God here, break their teeth, O God. This is King David in a psalm that he wrote to the chief musician. And he says, break their teeth, O God, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. Um, he goes on to say, when he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces. Wow. As a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. Before your pots can fill the thorns, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a God that judgeth in the earth. When I read it this morning in prayer, and I couldn't help but say, wow, what a bold prayer, what a bold song by David. And some may say it sounds unchristian. You know, we were taught by Jesus to pray for those that have despitefully used us, to pray for those that we call our enemies. And so this came as a shock, sometimes as a surprise, because we know King David is a man after God's own heart. But lo and behold, King David, when you talk about his prayers, there are a lot of instances in the book of Psalms where you would read certain portions like this in the way he prayed. But really, if you're really honest, if I'm really being honest, we prayed some of those kind of prayers. And we may not have said it out loud, or may not have used such stronger words than what David said, but certainly we've said those words in our heart. We've all said things out of frustration or anger or fear or disappointment. But here the message of God here today is that, guess what? In all of that, God didn't seem intimidated one bit. He's not offended by prayers like this. It's okay to bear all before God, all of our deepest hurts and pain, all that we feel. Remember, he's been through that. He's been through it all. The Bible says, for we have not an high priest that cannot be touched by the feeling of our infirmities, yet without sin. And so we can't really hide anything from God. Prayer is not about who can flatter God the most. It's not about your vocabulary. It's not about highfalutin words that even you don't understand. Because really, God, whatever things that you say in your mouth, God sees your heart anyway. God knows all things. And so prayer, more than anything else, is about being honest before God. It's about honesty. It's about being true to the one who knows and sees you from top of your head to the sole of your feet, inside of your heart anyway. Sometimes Christians feel like they have to put on a perfect persona, a perfect face, someone who is, you have to look like someone who's always strong and never makes mistakes. Somehow we have painted an overcoming life as a life free of frustration and pain. But, when you say somebody's living in victory, that we look at somebody that will never experience all of this anymore. But sometimes victory means you'll overcome, but barely by the skin of your teeth. Sometimes overcoming means you have to walk away with a limp. Just ask Jacob. Sometimes victory means you have to deal with scars and a long healing process, a long recovery time. So when we talk about prayer and just what David did in these verses, we see prayer as our secret place. It's also our safe place. It's a place where we could just be ourselves before Jesus, because he's the one who loves us the most anyway. Come to think of it, he knows us from the top from top to bottom, inside and out, and yet He's the one that loves us the most. He knows our mistakes, our frailties, our proclivities, but and yet He loves us all the more, all the same, every day. And so, as you come before Him today, or every day, remember you're in the safest place you could ever be, in the presence of the Lord. Because in the presence of the Lord, there's fullness of joy. God bless you. Enjoy your day.